Yesterday, Ruthann and I set up my beautiful new dining room. And in it, we had many lovely, delicate items, which I love, because I love these types of things. As I was putting things on the shelves and putting them in there, I was doing it very gingerly because I have a limiting belief, that historical limiting belief around breaking things and not wanting to, having beautiful things and having them break. Someday I can tell you the long story about where that came from, but that's irrelevant. After we set up the entire room, Ruthann and I went and were sitting having a nice dinner when I heard a rather large crash, which was the bottom shelf of that glass cabinet falling. Thinking all was destroyed and knowing that once again I break things, I came in and I discovered that this lovely dish, which had a beautiful fluted edge, which I thought was very beautiful, had indeed that a glass shelf had fallen and that it broke. And so I got to be right that somewhere in this room I left my little I break things energy, and so I got to be right that I indeed broke it. What that made me realize is that, so I came in here, happened to have a hammer for another purpose in this room to take off some things in the wall, and it made me realize that just standing in this room holding this hammer made me realize that that's how I put this room together. I didn't physically have the hammer in my hand, but I was literally trying to put things on the shelf while holding a hammer. The fear of breaking things was my hammer. And no wonder I broke something, because I couldn't put dishes on a shelf, on a delicate shelf, with a hammer in my hand. Of course, I broke something as a result of that. So now I get to have my regret that I broke this beautiful, irreplaceable thing and never have it again. And I've decided that I'm tired of this fear, and I am going to smash this beautiful dish to tiny pieces on purpose, so that I can, instead of doing it accidentally, purposely, and recognize that I have hammer in my hand and that I am going to break this dish on purpose. Shall I give it a try? I don't want to do it right there. I'm going to do it on the floor, and I'm going to break it on purpose. So now I can look at the result of what I have, which was me taking the hammer, my fear, and breaking that mother thing on purpose, so that I can own the experience. It's not breaking by accident. It's breaking because I'm afraid that it's going to break. I have delicate items in my world, and they are going to break upon occasion. I have to accept that, love it, and be okay with it. Otherwise, I can't have these things in my life in an enjoyable way, because I can only look at them through the frame of fear of breaking. So now I will have to clean up this mess. But you know what? I think I'm going to leave it on the floor for a while, just so I can walk past it and acknowledge it. Thank you for listening.